Professor Anthony Rivieccio, and welcome to the Financial Advisors Group. Welcome to my office. Today's quick lesson will be how to clean up your credit report. And there are three things that everyone must know about their credit report. Notice, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be doing this without any scripts, so if it looks amateurish, I apologize. In my classes, I'm an adjunct professor at both Monroe College and Herbert H. Lehman College. In any event, let's talk about credit card report. Most people have a bad credit report, right? Why? Because we have bad things on our report. There are three things on every credit report. Please grab a pen. Number one, whatever is true is true is true is true. That's what I like to say. Whatever is true is true is true. If you have a delinquency on your credit report and it's true, it's true. It's going to keep your weight down. There's nothing that can be done. Those 4 a.m. infomercials, I don't know if they're still on TV. They used to be, but they're now gone, right? They don't work. It's all a matter of what do they want. The $29 book, right, that they have the magic wand, all of a sudden it's gone. All that is fake. So whatever is true is true is true. You cannot edit it. You cannot delete it. It stays on your file for a minimum of 7 years, and then after 7 years you can negotiate it coming off. Number two, the second thing on every credit report, well, whatever is false is false is false is false, right? So there are times that companies or agencies will inadvertently put things on our credit report that don't belong to us, and we don't find this out until, of course, at the last minute, right? Two easy examples are Social Security number, where, of course, someone could just punch in the wrong number inadvertently, and subsequently now this is on your file. And if it's a delinquency, boom, it brings your credit score down, right? The object is to, of course, build it up, right? So that's one reason why it would be down, right? Because it's false information that we have to get out, right? The easiest way to get out false information, I'll go over this a little bit later, is through a simple letter procedure with the credit organization that put that on your file. So again, whatever is true, that's the first thing. Number two, whatever is false is false. We can correct what is false. I find, however, in most files, most people, the biggest problem in how to increase your score, as well as, of course, taking off false information, is what I call outdated information, right? Information that is true, but it's outdated, and it's outdated in a negative way, or I should say false, that turned into a truth. Perfect and simple example, the season we're getting ready to walk into now, which happens to be holiday season, right? A simple example, right? So, of course, this is the time of the year, we want to make sure we get our presents, but at the same token, we're watching our pennies. So in some instances, we might rob Peter to pay Paul, and if we already have a credit card, we're already making maybe our minimum payments. So we might say for November, December, you know what, let me not pay the minimum payments because I might need that money to do holiday shopping. I might need that money to do cooking, whatever you need it for. So November comes, you get the bill, you don't pay it. December comes, you get the bill, you don't pay it. So using $50 as an example, well, that means now you owe Visa 2 months payment, right? $100. Here comes January, right? You got all your wonderful Christmas presents. Some people even might have given you some money. So you take your last two payments that you owe, right, which is $100, and then of course your current payment, right, if you're really smart, put it all together, $150, put it in the mail, done, right? No, you're not done at all. The problems have only gotten worse. Why? Because in November, when you didn't pay the first 50, right? Well, Visa or MasterCard got a notification from who you owe that you didn't pay. And guess what? They did the same thing in December. You didn't pay, so now you got 2 violations on there. You say in January, well, I did pay. right? It says in your bookkeeping and accounting files, right? You even got a receipt, right? Make sure you hold that receipt, because I'm going to tell you what to do with it in a minute. So you should be even, right? Why is my credit score going down? It's going down because of those two, quote, outdated violations. So how do we update those violations, and how do we get rid of bad things that are on our file, false things that are on our file, number 2 and number 3? Boop, boop, boop. 2001 Fair Credit Reporting Act by our United States federal government. All one has to do, and please get your most recent credit report when you do this, so that way when you update your report, you'll run the most recent report. But get a copy of that report and look at it in 3 ways. Again, whatever is true is true. Whatever is false is false. And whatever is outdated needs to be updated. So number 2 and 3, pick those items out on your file and write a letter. Write a letter to Visa, I apologize, to TransUnion, TRW, right? Because those are the credit agencies. And write to them. And write on top, Fair Credit Reporting Act. And then what you just simply say after is that you are requesting for these things to either be eliminated, which would be your items of number 2, or these things to be updated, which would be items number 3. Staying with number 3 for a moment, if there's any items that need to be updated, that you got those receipts, you take the copy of those receipts, not the original, and add it with the letter. And then get it to that company. By law, by the Fair Credit Reporting Act, TransUnion, TRW, all those wonderful credit agencies now have to go to your charge company or your credit vendor that you use and make sure that your information is correct. And if it is, within 30 days, those items will either be eliminated or updated, and subsequently those things will boost up your score. What type of measure does it happen? Well, of course, it happens from file to file, from situation to situation, from person to person. I have personally seen 30 years as an income tax and financial advisor that, depending on the file again, of course, those changes can make 10, 15, 20% difference on one's credit score, of course, going up as opposed to down. So, thank you for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that was a little bit helpful. If you need any more specific information on this topic, feel free to give me a call, 347-575-5045. Feel free to enjoy our Financial Focus application. You can find it in Google Play or at www.financialfocus.app. Have a good day, everyone.